Most people think AI is coming for everyone's jobs, but that's not actually what's happening. What's happening is a bit more subtle and honestly a bit more dangerous if you don't see it early. Because right now, companies aren't just cutting jobs randomly. They're quietly removing a very specific type of work. And if your role is built around that, you're at risk, even if things feel stable today. Just this year alone, over 100,000 tech workers were laid off from companies such as Amazon, Microsoft, and Meta. Not because they're struggling, but because they're changing how work gets done. And this shift is only getting started. So instead of guessing which jobs are safe, in this video, I want to show you something way more useful. What kind of work actually survives in an AI world and how you can move in that direction starting now. For the longest time, the path was simple. Go to school, get a degree, and get a job. That was the deal. But now that is changing. Entry-level roles in some places are down by 40%. But there's something interesting going on. AI is not replacing jobs, it's replacing tasks, and not all tasks. Only the ones that are predictable, repetitive, and easy to systemize. Think about your own work for a second. If most of your day looks like writing emails, updating sheets, doing basic research, AI is already pretty good at that. But if your work involves making decisions, handling people, solving messy problems, that's much harder to replace. Now let's make this real with something you can try today. Think about the last few days at work. What are the things you keep repeating? Emails, research, reports? Next time you sit down to do one of those, don't do it the usual way. Use AI to do that task. For example, if you are responding to an email, open ChatGPT or any AI tool you use and use it to respond to the email. Type, "Write a reply to this email. Keep it clear and professional." Paste your context. See what it gives you. It won't be perfect, but it makes you faster in responding to that email. Now here's the part that actually changes things. You just save time, maybe 15-20 minutes. Use that time. Ask yourself, okay, what's the higher value thing I can focus on now? Maybe that's understanding the bigger picture, improving the quality of your work, or learning something new. That's how the shift happens. Not overnight, but slowly. You stop being the person who just completes tasks, and you become the person who actually thinks. And once that shift starts, you become way harder to replace, because AI can execute, but it still needs direction. So what actually matters now? Not just degrees, not just experience, it's your ability to learn fast, adapt fast, and use tools properly. And one more thing that matters is combining skills. For example, someone who understands marketing and AI, a designer who understands data, a doctor who understands technology. That mix, that's where the real advantage is. And despite everything AI can do, there are still things it struggles with. Understanding people, reading situations, making judgment calls. You can generate a report with AI, but you can't replace someone who walks into a room, reads the situation, and knows exactly what to say. That's still human. And the way we work is changing too. AI is no longer just a tool, it's becoming more like a teammate. Soon you won't be doing everything yourself. You'll be telling AI what to do and checking the output, which means your role involves more thinking, deciding, and guiding. And once your role starts shifting in that direction, something else starts to matter a lot more. Not just what you can do, but whether people actually know that you can do it. Because in a world where AI can do a lot of tasks, skills alone are not enough anymore. Visibility matters. Think about it like this. If two people have the same skills, but one of them shares what they're learning, what they're building, and the other stays invisible, who do you think gets the opportunity? It's almost always the person who shows up. And this doesn't mean you need to become some full-time content creator. It can be as simple as sharing something you learned this week, talking about a small project you tried, or even just explaining a concept in your own words. Because over time, people start to associate you with something, and that's what creates opportunities. You don't need millions of followers. Even a few thousand people who understand what you do and trust how you think can completely change your career. So if you put all of this together, it's actually simpler than it looks. Start using AI in your daily work. Go deeper in one skill instead of staying surface level, and slowly start putting your work out there. You don't have to do everything at once. Just start small and stay consistent. So it's not really about finding the safe job anymore. It's about becoming the kind of person that any job needs. Someone who adapts, someone who learns, someone who uses AI instead of avoiding it. If you can think, adapt, and actually use AI well, you will thrive in the AI era and your job will be safe. If this made you think a little differently about your own work, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more simple, practical videos like this, please subscribe.